What's up guys, my name is Julian and today I'm going to be explaining to you what all of these scammy solar ads really mean when they're saying things like, free solar, no net cost solar, a government program that's going to pay you literally thousands of dollars. Obviously we know that nothing's free, right? So I'm going to be breaking it all down so you're not confused. And that way you can really understand if solar is going to save you money, how people can pay for it, and what incentives are really actually available to take advantage of. All right, so there's tons of crazy verbiage that all of these advertisers use. And before I kind of dive into what all this means, I just want to kind of clear up who these people are that are running these ads on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, etc., right? So most of these people, right, they're not solar installers or solar companies. They're not solar consultants like me. They're not usually even really in the solar industry. Usually these people are dedicated advertisers and marketers, basically, who know how to do Facebook, YouTube, just like online social media advertising. And they've realized, a lot of these people, right, because the average solar installer is busy installing solar and they don't maybe know how to run ads on social media and manage all those campaigns. It's a lot of work, it's very complicated. So a lot of these solar companies, they need help attracting more business, and the easiest way to do that, maybe instead of building up a lot of your own marketing or advertising yourself, is to essentially buy leads. And so these advertisers that are putting these commercials in front of you, these ads in front of you, they are collecting your name. They're not gonna be the ones installing your solar or anything, and they're just gonna sell your information off to as many solar contractors, or really whoever is interested in potentially sell you a system. Their whole business is basically getting you interested in solar via crazy verbiage that isn't really true a lot of the time, very manipulative. Their goal is to get as many people interested, right? So like they have an incentive to kind of be a little bit outlandish in their ad because they're trying to get your attention. And so that's just kind of what naturally they're going to want to do. And because they're just selling off your information, they don't really care if you even end up buying solar in the end. So what this kind of scenario creates is an advertiser that is going to say whatever they can, whether it's honest or not, to get your attention, and then they're going to sell your information to a multitude of different solar companies, usually not the highest quality solar companies either, because usually the really great ones with great reputations have people calling them directly, and they don't need to be buying these leads. So basically what happens is manipulative advertising that makes the industry look bad, and it's all because, these lead generators are just kind of they're not in the industry, but they're kind of inserting themselves into the industry, and because they don't really go through the project and they don't feel the customer's emotions, wants, needs, and values, they're not really taking any of that into consideration. So because of that, the ads just set everyone off on the wrong foot. And so from the start, you have wrong expectations being given, and some of these the verbiage that I wrote down on this board here is just a few of kind of the common lines that I hear all the time. Literally all I get are solar ads, all day. So when I see some of these things, it kind of frustrates me and I want to clear it up. So let's start with free solar, right? What does free solar mean, right? Because obviously nothing is free, right? So when someone's talking about this, they're usually just artfully wrapping a power purchase agreement or a lease up with the verbiage of it's free, because if you're technically not buying anything, then it doesn't cost any money. But of course a PPA, which is a power purchase agreement, or a lease, is it's a payment that you're agreeing to for a certain amount of time, generally speaking about 25 years. Like for example, Sunrun, which is the largest company in the United States for doing power purchase agreements, they have a 25-year PPA. And basically it's an obligation that you're going to buy the power that system creates for 25 years, regardless of if you're even going to use it or not. Obviously, a payment is money, right? Whether you're financing and you're buying it through a loan, or you're doing a PPA or a third-party ownership where you don't really own it, you're still paying money. And so obviously it's not free. Hopefully now the payment is less than what your old electric bill was. That's the whole idea, is that now you're saving every month because you're swapping your bill for a lesser one. But to say it's free is just manipulative right off the bat, and it's not a good way to start the conversation. So no, nothing is free. All right, so another one that I hear is there's a new government program. Now, this could be referring to a multitude of different things, but the most often I hear, really in the back of my head, I know they're talking about the federal tax credit. So there is an investment tax credit for solar. It is 30% of the gross cost. Now, you need to have the tax liability, and I always tell people, to consult their tax professional to know that they can qualify. But if you pay federal income taxes, then they will take up to the amount of what you owe per year in federal income taxes, and they'll subtract 30% of the total cost of your solar system from that. So for example, if you go solar and you have a $20,000 solar system, 30% of that is $6,000. So let's say at the end of the year, normally you would be paying $8,000 worth of federal income taxes. Okay, so great. You actually have $6,000 tax credit, and so this year you're only going to pay $2,000. That would kind of be in the case of like a 1099 person that's going to hold on to their taxes. And in the case of like a W-2 employee, they would actually already have paid their taxes throughout the year, and so they would actually get a larger refund check than normal, up to the amount that they paid in throughout the year. So this is not a new program. It's been 30% for like 10 years, but there was a couple of years where it dipped down to 26%. And then it was going to go to 22%, and then it was going to be gone. But right before it went to 22%, it got extended to 30 years again for 10 more years. And so it's not a new government program, but 30% tax credit is huge. And if it's a commercial system, you actually have a chance to take accelerated depreciation, which is obviously different, but that could equal up to another 25 to 30% for commercial property. So literally you could be netting at under 50% of your gross cost if it's a commercial property with the incentives available. But no, it's not some new government program. All right, so no net cost. What does that mean? So generally speaking, this is just a creative way, we'll call it, of explaining swapping the bill of your existing utility company's electric bill to your solar loan payment. And so zero down, so like let's say your average bill is $200 and you can do a loan for solar, and let's say you're fixing your solar loan payment at $135. Perfect. Well, no net cost basically is well, in this case, it's cash flow positive. You're actually saving, but that's what no net cost means. Basically, they're taking into account your current cost. Whatever your current cost is, that's the 0 point. So as long as they're not making you spend more money than you currently are per month, then that's no net cost. All right, and the last one, and this is the one that's kind of my favorite, because there's this particular copy, the government will literally pay you thousands of dollars. There's so many people that they're standing right in front of like an electrical panel. I'll try to post one on the screen real fast, so I'm sure you'll recognize it. But they all say the same thing. It's like there's one script and they all say the same thing. It's ridiculous. But literally they're like, the government will pay you literally thousands of dollars to put solar panels on your house. And that's not true. Like no one's gonna pay you thousands of dollars. What they're probably referring to, like I just explained a minute ago, is the tax credit. So yes, that is a legitimate chunk of money that you can get back or not pay on your taxes. And if you want to think of that as the government's paying you thousands of dollars, then sure, the government's paying you thousands of dollars. But because it's not a straight rebate where you're just automatically going to get it, it's not fair and it's not good to just say they're going to give you thousands of dollars, because it's not technically correct. So if you'd like to work with me, I actually consult for solar and have a team of consultants, and I work in about 25 states. Most of the United States, like the main solar markets, California, Texas, Florida, Virginia, North, South Carolina, Connecticut, New York, Arizona, Nevada, so many, like most Colorado, there's a lot of states that I work in. So if you're interested in working with me, or you enjoy my videos, or you learn something, hit the like button, subscribe, and give me a call. My number is 760-473-5878. More than happy to help you out. I help hundreds of people a year go solar all around the United States, and I'd love to help you out as well. All right, thank you so much, and see you on the next video.